A very good afternoon to all our live viewers. We are underway with the first match in the Super Saturday in one champion plate. It's Yodha taking on Wanderers. Yodha, after winning the toss, opted to bat first. Deep Mukherjee and Kiran Chaudhary are the two openers out in the center for the Yodhas, whereas Anil with the ball in hand for the Wanderers. 76 matches for Anil, 83 wickets, economy 7.35, best figures of 5 for 25. Starts off with the delivery drifting on the pads, beautifully nudge away in the square leg, but only for a single to get things underway. A single to start off the proceeding. Deep Mukherjee getting off the mark with the single. Now the strike is with the white ball veteran Kiran Chaudhary. Tons of experience behind him. Well, that's a beauty. Very full. 1,140 matches for Kiran Chaudhary. 17,382 runs, averaging just under 25. Strike rate 95 for Kiran Chaudhary. He's got tons of experience under his belt. Unknown striker Deep Mukherjee. 106 matches for him as well. 460 runs, averaging just under 17. Strike rate 113.02. A very good all-rounder Deep Mukherjee batting alongside one and only Kiran Chaudhary, wicketkeeper bat. Once again, very full, attacking the stumps there, Anil. Kiran Chaudhary does well. Defends it off the front foot. It's a dot ball. Down to the bowler in his follow through. One without any loss, Yodha. This is expected to be a very good match. Two good teams going head to head against each other. Very full, driven on the up. Will they look for that quick single? No, they won't. That's a dot ball. Third dot balls on a trot. This is good from Anil. He's bowling very full. Usually likes to ball stump to stump. Doesn't allow enough room for the batters to free his arms. He's got sweeper cover and long off in play. On the pads, clipped away down to short fine for a single. Streaky, but Kiran Chaudhary gets off the mark with that single. A slow and steady start for both the batters. Anil bowling very straight line to both the openers, attacking that stumps. Once again, a Yorker there, almost goes through the defense, but Deep Mukherjee does well to get his bat down in time. So good start for Wanderers. Two without any loss after one Yodha. Srinivas to steer the new ball alongside Anil. Another right arm pacer into the attack. 175 matches for Srinivas. 135 wickets. Economy just under 8, 7.95. Best figures of 447 for Srinivas. Coming over the wicket. Well, that's in the air. Fielder backpedaling, puts it down. Well, that was not the best of a delivery from Srinivas. That was drifting down. Kinal, Kiran Chaudhary looking to clip one. Over fine leg gets a leading edge. Mid wicket fielder never looked comfortable under that one, but it was a simple catch that went down. Kiran Chaudhary gets a lifeline early on in his innings. Once again on the pads, beautifully clipped away. Even better effort in the field. Well, the fine leg fielder there need to get a dive in and he gets it in. Definitely saves 3 runs for his team. Applauds there from his teammates. Very good effort. Getting his body on the line to stop that boundary. Does exceedingly well. Length delivery cut away. This time beautifully finds the gap between short third and gully. No fielder had to move an inch. Kiran Chaudhary moves to 6 with that boundary. That was a length delivery, shot of good length. Bang into the surface. Kiran Chaudhary beautifully hangs on the back foot. Plays it very late. Gets it right between third and gully for a boundary. Change in a field. Mid off is now in and gully drops back after that boundary. Driven on the up. Looking for the quick single. They'll get one. Excellent piece of running between the wicket. This is what the good batters do. After getting the boundary, they immediately rotates the strike and gets to the other end. A good over so far for Yodha. They've got 7 of it. 2 deliveries yet to be bowled. Once again, drifted down the leg. Poor effort by the wicketkeeper there. Leg by signal by the umpire. That looked like it drifted down the leg but got a pad. Hitting the pad on the way. Wicketkeeper could have taken that one but prefers to stop it with the foot. This time it's a clear wide drifting down the leg. Score moves to 11 with that. Score moves to double digit for Yodhas. Well, Wanderers, they have been off the mark. They're bowling too much straight line. This is much better channel from Srinivas. Just outside off stump. Hint of shape away from the right hander. Beating Kiran Chaudhary on the outside edge. But a good over for Yodha as they get 9 of it. After 2 overs, Yodha are 11 without any loss. Anil to continue. Excellent first over for Anil. Once again, very full on the pad. Beautifully clipped wide of mid on, but he does exceedingly well to cut that one off. Keeps the batter to 1. Well, Anil, up until now, his ball very full and attacked the stumps. He's looking to get that LBW in play, looking to go through the defense of the batters and hit that timber behind as well. So keeping LBW in play, attacking the stumps. So far, Anil gets the outside edge and a good catch by the wicketkeeper. Fit going nowhere there for Kiran Chaudhary and a good take by Muhammad Imad behind the timber. Well, Wanderers draw first blood. Gets rid of dangerous Kiran Chaudhary. 11 for the loss of 1. In fact, 12 for the loss of 1 after 2.2. Yodha New batter in is Shreyansh Kumar in at number 3 for Yodha. He is a left-hander. 238 matches for Shreyansh. 6,129 runs. Averages 31.43. Strike rate very healthy. 126.84 for Shreyansh Kumar in at number 3 for Yodha. A very good batter. He's got a good all-round figures, career figures as well. Shreyansh Kumar. So deep mid wicket in play. Deep mid wicket and long on in play for Shreyansh. Drives one straight down the ground, down to long on. In fact, to long off. Gets himself off the mark with that single. Straight away gets off the mark. Shreyansh Kumar. Anil once again very full in terms of length. He's hunting for wickets. He's got resemblance to Sohail Tanvir. His action got very resemblance to Sohail Tanvir. Rotates couple of times, then delivers the ball. It's hard to pick. Very full in the air, wide of long off. Will that be cut off? Yes, it does. Good fielding there in the long off region. Cover fielder looked interested for a while, but that ball was always going over his head. Couple of runs for Yodha. 15 for the loss of one now after 2.5. Last ball of the over. Full attacking the stumps, looking for the quick single there. That was never there. A good throw. Deep Mukherjee was sent back in time on that occasion. A successful over from Anil. 4 runs and a priceless wicket of Kiran Chaudhary coming in that over. Yodha, after 3 overs, are 15 for the loss of one. Srinivas will continue. First over went for 8. Kiran Chaudhary got a lifeline in his first over as well. But now we'll be bowling to Shreyansh Kumar. A very full delivery, looking for that expensive cover drive. Very close to that outside edge. Sweeper cover and long off. Outside the circle for Srinivas against Shreyansh Kumar. And idea is right. Bowling full outside off stump. Trying to induce an outside edge. This time length slightly dragged back. And Shreyansh Kumar just happy to let it go through the wicketkeeper. Well, Srinivas using the angle to good effect. Getting the ball to shape away with the angle for the left-hander. He's been successful in that so far. This time the ball keeps low, but Shreyansh Kumar does well. to cover the line of the ball, hits it down to mid on for a single. Now the field changes completely for the right-hander Deep Mukherjee. Similar field, deep square leg, in fact, sorry, sweeper cover and long off outside the circle, remaining all inside the circle. Length delivery, punched off the back foot, but straight to the short cover. No run there inside the circle. Good field set by Wanderers. They have enough fielders inside the circle to cut that singles out, whereas enough protection in the deep as well on the offside. Pretty much balanced field. He goes into the surface, trying to test the batter with the short one, but Deep Mukherjee up to the task, beautifully pulls it well in front of square leg. In fact, he hits it in the mid wicket, one bounce for it is. What a shot that was! First real aggression from the batting team. Shot into the surface, sat up nicely for the right hander. Pace was not up to the task there from Srinivas on that occasion. Easily put away by Deep Mukherjee. This is much better length. On a good length, Deep Mukherjee plays with the soft hand, looking for that quick single, but sent back by the non-striker Shreyansh Kumar. Still a good over. 5 runs coming off that one. So after 4, 20 for the loss of one Yodha. Anil will continue. Well, that's a massive hit. Well. That came against the run play. Once again, Anil full in terms of length and balls in right in the arc for the left-hander who winds up for the first time. Gets his front leg out of the way and smacks it a very long way. He's a beautiful timer of the ball. Shreyans Kumar gets it out of the middle and that ball lands in a parking lot. He moves to 8 of 5 deliveries. Shreyans Kumar. Yodha's 26 now on the board. Well, a slow one hit away just wide of mid on. Well, the fielder there was mighty interested, but that ball was always going away from him with the angle. Shreyansh Kumar doesn't get the elevation right on that occasion, but just gets it away. Fielder there very much interested. Flirting with the danger there, Shreyansh Kumar. 6 now a boundary, taking on a nil in this over. Once again, slower in terms of pace. Beautifully pulled away. That ball kept real low, but Shreyansh Kumar does exceedingly well and pulls it across the line. Gets past the square leg fielder, short square leg fielder. No one there in the mid wicket, so it was an easy pickings for him. Well, Anil Kumar trying that slow one, but doesn't get it right on both the occasions. Over starts off with a 6. This time driven on the up. Straight to the short cover. That's a dot delivery. Once again, full from Anil. He's not shy to ball it up there. He's hunting for wickets still. He's already gone for 14. Still bowling full. This is brave from Anil. This time a length delivery. Beautifully cuts away. Well, what a shot that was from Shreyansh. Does exceedingly well to get on the top of the bounce and cuts it right between point and gully for a boundary. Nothing wrong with the delivery there, but it's just the class of the batter to get it away, making the full use of the pace. On that occasion, Shreyansh Kumar moves to 20, 20 of just 9 deliveries. Once again, full, beautifully driven, right in between covers and mid off for a boundary. An expensive over from Anil. He goes for 22. 22 coming off the fifth over. Well, Yodha raised away to 42. 42 for the loss of one after 5. First change in the bowling attack. Now Som introduced into the attack. Another right arm pacer. Som into the attack to bowl the final over of the power play. He's got plenty of experience under his belt. 595 matches for Som, 580 wickets. Economy 6.53, best figures of 6 for 34. Starts off with a good delivery, attacking the stumps. Deep Mukherjee does exceedingly well to get that single. Walks one down to mid on for a single. He's happy to play second lead to Shreyansh Kumar, who's smacking the ball very nicely. So there's a change in field for the left-hander. He's got deep mid wicket and long off in play. So against Shreyansh Kumar coming around the wicket. That's a length delivery. Shreyansh does well to cover the line of the ball. Well, the bounce at this surface is not even. There will be an odd ball which will go below your bat, whereas there will be an odd ball which will bounce extra. So it will keep the batter guessing. Shreyansh offers very straight bat. So he's got the technique to be successful at this surface. On the pads, beautifully clipped away. Mid on fielder after that one. He'll cut that one off, but it will be couple of runs for Shreyansh. He's batting very well here. No shots across the line for Shreyansh. He's a very calculated batter. Class written all over his shots. He's a class act. Shreyansh Kumar, 26 of 12. He's got off the flyer. Well, lets that ball go through. Length delivery outside off stump. Not at all interested in playing at those ones. Shreyansh Kumar, he puts good value to his wicket. He knows he has a potential to cover the dot balls whenever he wants. He's got big shots. He's got plenty of range as far as shots are concerned. 3 runs only so far in this over. Hits it straight. Will that be cut off by long off? Yes, it does. That's a super effort in the deep. Long off fielder had to cover good couple of yards towards his left. He does that to perfection and keeps that ball in play. So only a single. 4 runs so far of the final over of power play. So last ball of the over. Som to Deep Mukherjee. Length delivery which kept low. Deep does well to get bat onto that one and gets a single at the last ball. So super over from Som. Only 5 runs coming of that one. Yodha 47 for the loss of 1 after 6. Power play done and dusted. So now Wanderers can have more fielders outside the circle. Another introduction in the bowling attack. Straight away, spin introduced into the attack. After the power play, Deepak now with the ball. 274 matches for Deepak. 197 wickets. Economy 6.67. Best figures of 6 for 11. He's not a spinner. He's a medium pacer. Starts off with a full delivery, attacking the stumps. Deep Mukherjee does well. Works across. Goes across and walks it away. On the onside, in between. Mid wicket and long on for couple of runs. Well, now there's a fielder removed from the gully and he's being placed in that gap. So point covers short mid wicket and fine leg inside the circle for Deepak. Once again, full on the pads. This time clipped away in the square leg. Work to be done in the deep. He gives it up. That's a boundary. That's a good shot from Deep Mukherjee. Very risky one, but no risk there in that shot. That was a poor delivery from Deepak, I must say. Very full, slightly drifting on the pads, and Deep Mukherjee is very strong on his pads. Gets it away for a boundary. Elegant looking boundary this from Deep Mukherjee. He moves to 17 now. 17 of just 15 deliveries for Deep Mukherjee. 53 for the loss of 1 now. Yodha after 6.2. 6 runs already of the over so far. Only 2 deliveries balled. Third man, sweeper cover, long off, long on, and deep square leg outside the circle for Deepak. Very strong offside field, but he's bowling on the pads. This time, balls it outside off stump. Deep looking to drive, gets it right off the toe. Ball moves to third man for a single. Ball keeping touch low. In fact, not just touch low, fairly going below the bats. That will be a challenging task for the batters. Batters need to stay away from the crossbar shots to survive at this surface. Clipped away beautifully. Fine leg fielder after that one. He'll get the ball back to the wicket keeper, but that will be couple of runs for Yodhas. They've gone past 50 in good time. Yodha 56 for the loss of 1 after 6.4 overs. They're batting exceedingly well now, even after the completion of power play. Swept away, but straight to the short mid wicket fielder all along the carpet. It's a dot ball. Good effort there in the inner circle. Shenj Kumar does well. Once again on the pad, walks it away on the onside for a single. An expensive over from Deepak. 10 runs coming off that one. Yodha after 7. 57 for the loss of 1. Another introduction in the bowling attack. Rusty Ramo now into the attack. Starts off with a full delivery, handsomely driven. No chance for long off fielder to cut that off. That's a boundary to start off the over. Well, guilty of bowling too full to Shreyansh, and he makes full use of that one. Gets it away for a boundary. That's a welcome boundary. Once again, very full in terms of length. Walks away on the onside. Down to long on for a single. Shreyansh is batting beautifully here. Moves to 35 of just 19 deliveries with the help of 5 boundaries and a massive 6. 221 matches for Remo. 227 wickets. Economy just over 7. 7.05. Best figures of 6 for 11. Right arm leg break. Rusty Remo. Not afraid of tossing it up. He's got a very strange stride before delivering the ball, but very effective at the same time. He's kiddy. Got a very effective wrong one as well. Well, that ball was short, and Deep Mukherjee looking to pull that one, but that ball kept low, skids to the surface very quickly. That ball went right between the legs of Deep Mukherjee after getting an inside edge. Wicketkeeper does exceedingly well to get a pad onto that one. It's a single for Yodha. Score moves to 63. This partnership going along nicely for Yodha. Lot depends on this partnership. Very full. Walked away. There's a fielder there in the deep in square leg. Well, Shreyansh was keen to get back for the second run, but sent back by Deep Mukherjee on that occasion. So all in all, they have settled in with a single. Partnership worth 52 in just 32 deliveries between these two. Deep Mukherjee and Shreyansh Kumar. They have done well after the early departure of Kiran Chaudhary. They have kept the scoring rate up. Punched off the back foot for a single in the covers. This is good from Deep Mukherjee. He's rotated the strike on regular basis, and he's also got odd boundaries in his 20. Shansh Kumar doing the bulk of scoring in this partnership so far. Huge appeal. That ball spinned in sharply for the left-hander. Well, looks like the ball doing too much in the end. It was way too much spin on that ball, hence not given LBW. 65 for the loss of 1 after 8. Yodha. Well, Deepak will continue an expensive first over, going for 10, but captain trusting on him, giving him the second over, drives all along the carpet, long off, will cut that off. Well, they ran the first one hard, but they have to settle in with a single. Good job there in the deep by the fielder to keep the bat at 1. Shreyansh 36 of 21 for him. Huge shout of LBW against him in the last ball of the previous over. Now they'll look for two. Yes, they'll get it. Played with the very soft hands. No one there inside the circle. On the onside in front of square leg. So two was on. Have completed the second with ease in the end. Excellent piece of batsmanship this from Shreyans. This time a slow one gone wrong full, but Shreyans fails to take a full use. Deepak gets away with that one. He's got a very effective slow one, Deepak, but on that occasion doesn't get it right. But still gets away with that one. Only single coming off that one. Length delivery from Deepak. Deep Mukherjee does well. Just plays with the soft hand in the covers and through for a single. This is the feature of Deep Mukherjee's batting. He look to rotate the strike on regular basis. 5 runs so far of the over. Two deliveries yet to be bowled. 70 for the loss of one Yodha. Very full delivery attacking the stump. Shreyansh works the ball with the angle on the onside for a single. Well, it's a good over. 6 runs coming off that one. After 9, Yodha are 71 for the loss of one. Rusty Ramo to continue. 1 over 8 for none. Will bowl the final over from this end. Shreyans drives. Gets it right between covers and sweeper cover. That's a boundary. Once again, full in terms of length from Ramo and pays the penalty. Shreyans makes a full use of his foot, gets to the pitch of the ball in a flash and drives it all along the carpet, but very effectively in between covers and sweeper cover. Well, plenty score flowing for Yodha. They're scoring at good rate. They're scoring over 8. 75 for 1 so far for them. Once again, but this time in the air. A slice of the bat. Shreyansh Kumar looking to go for the biggie. Straight down the ground. Bat twisting in his hands. Fortunate for him that it lands in the no man area. It's a single down to sweep a cover. Boundary and a single so far in this over. Well, that looked pretty adjacent. That ball skidded through the surface and trapped Deep Mukherjee in front of all three stumps. No hesitation in the umpire's mind. That finger went up in a flash. That looked plumb, and umpire thinks the very same way. 76 for the loss of 2 for Yodha after 9.3. Rusty Ramo gets the breakthrough and gets rid of Deep Mukherjee, who played well for his 20 odd run but now back in the sheds. New batter in is Pratik. In at number 4 for Yodha. Pratik, 274 matches for Pratik, 4,412 runs, averaging just under 24. Strike rate 107.09 for Pratik. Will face Rusty Remo, who's just got a wicket off Deep Mukherjee. His tail will be up. 1.3 overs, 13 for 1 for Rusty Remo. Once again, a very similar delivery that got him the wicket on the money straight away. Pratik does well to keep it out, but that's a dot ball. Good attacking field this. Short cover and a short mid wicket. This time slightly drifted on the pads, walked away on the onside in deep square leg region for a single to get himself off the mark. Pratik, excellent comeback this from Remo. After being taken for a boundary at the very first ball, he only concedes two and gets a wicket in his next four deliveries. So last ball of the over, 6 runs and a wicket so far. 77 for the loss of 2 after 9.5. This will be the last ball. From this end, tossed up delivery hit hard, but all along the carpet, down to long on. It will only be a single. 7 runs and a priceless wicket of Deep Mukherjee coming off the 10th over by Rusty Remo. Yodha at the halfway mark, 78 for the loss of 2. There will be a change in end and players will have drinks as well. We will be right back after a very short break. What an eventful over this has been from Deepak. After getting couple of boundaries, well, the batter chops one down to his stump, looking to play late, trying to get cheeky, which brings his downfall. Pratik, the man dismissed cheaply, only managed six today, falling to Deepak. An eventful over so far from Deepak. He's conceded run, but he's got a wicket at the very last ball of his over. Well, now Yodha, three down, 91 for the loss of three after 11 overs. New batter in a Sumit Singh in at number 5 for Yodha is coming after the departure of Pratik, who was bowled by Deepak. 468 matches for Sumit Singh, 1273 runs, averaging over 13. Strike rate 96.37 for Sumit Singh. Very full in terms of length, and Shreyas hits him straight over his head on the side screen for a six. A flat six gets the half century for Shreyas Kumar. No better way to get to the landmark. 54 of just 30 deliveries. What a knock. His team lost early wicket but is not holding back. 54 of just 30 deliveries, 6 boundaries and 2 sixes. Strike rate of 180 for Shreya. She continues the very way. Got down and swept that one fine, but there's a fine leg in play. So it's a dot ball. Good improvisation, but doesn't find the gap on that occasion. 54 of 31 is held the innings together. Well, once again, a big shot. Out of the park it goes. Remo being full in terms of length and he's paying the penalty. This time Shreyansh Kumar shimmy down the wicket, gets to the pitch of the ball and hits it a long way in the long on. Fielder there in the deep was just a spectator. 100 is up for Yodha. 100 in good time. 103 in just 11.3. That's excellent piece of batsmanship from Shreyansh Kumar. Immediately after getting a boundary, he gets the single and gets down to the other end. This is what the good batters do. Marking your guard is now Sumit Singh. He's got plenty of experience behind him. More than capable batter, Sumit Singh. Punched off the back foot straight to the bowler. It's a dot ball. 104 for the loss of 3 after 11.5. An expensive over from Remo. 13 runs of the over so far. Walked away down to long on for a single. So 14 runs coming off this over. After 12 overs, 105 for the loss of 3. Yodha. Som now back into the attack. Only an over so far for Som. He's conceded 5 of that one. He was taken off. Now he's back into the attack. Ball the final over of the power play. Som. He's back into the attack to break this partnership. In fact, to get the wicket of Shreyas. Well, that's in the air. That's gone past the point fielder. Work to be do. Work to be done in the sweeper cover, and he gives it up. That's beautifully placed shot from Sumit Singh, making the full use of the pace, playing off the back foot, getting past that point fielder. Ball races very quickly along for a boundary. This is good. Cricketing shot from Sumit Singh. As I said, he's a very capable batter. Can play along nicely. Can play alongside Shreyas Kumar. This time looking to drive on the front foot. Length was not there on that occasion. So defended off the front foot. Down to short covers. It's a dot ball. Boundary and a dot. They've got an extra fielder on the offside. So point, gully and short third. Three fielders behind point on the offside. Well, that's an extra bounce there for Som. Sumit Singh will be surprised with the bounce on that occasion that Som got. Som has got a good run up, good delivery stride, likes to ball into the surface, balls quickly, will abstract some extra bounce comparison to the other bowlers. This time, beautifully controlled shot, chance of a run out, but he was sent back in time. Well, Sumit Singh there played late in the gully, fielder there in the inner circle does well. Was looking for the quick single, but sent back by Shreyansh Kumar from the non-striker. Sent back in good time. Three dot balls on a trot after going for a boundary at the very first ball. Good comeback from Som. Well, that ball was very close to that off stump. Sumit Singh played all over that one. Som almost hitting that off stump. This is excellent comeback from Som. Boundary and a four dots and a trot. So all in all, only 4 runs coming of this over so far. Last ball of the over. Som to Sumit Singh. Yodha 109 for the loss of 3. Well, that's a beauty to close out the over. So make it 5 dots in a row. So only a boundary coming in this over. A good one for a good over for Wanderers as they only go for 4. 109 for the loss of 3 after 13. Yodha, another change in the bowling attack. Now Sandeep has been introduced into the attack. Sandeep Nalluri, right arm pacer, 217 matches for him, 84 wickets, economy 8.72, best figures of 3 for 13 for Sandeep. Will be bowling at Shreyansh Kumar. Well, this is the all important semi final. Winner will be advanced to the final. One champion played season 32 semi final played between Yodha and Wanderers. Yodha winning the toss, opting to bat first. So far, they have done well. 109 for the loss of 3 in their 13 overs. Sandeep, a medium pacer into the attack, bowling with very conventional field. Short third, back foot point, sweeper cover, short covers, long off, long on, mid wicket, square leg, and a short fine leg inside the circle. Shreyansh hits it hard all along the carpet down to long off, but only for a dot ball. He denies the single on that occasion. Well, there was an easy single there, but Shreyansh Kumar turns down the single. I don't know what the reason was there. Only 3 wickets down for Yodha, and Sumit Kumar is a very capable batter. Well, that was drifted down the leg and it's been given as a wide. Well, Shreyansh Kumar looking to run that ball in the fine leg and get a boundary, but he misses. But still, it's a wide. Good result for Yodha as their score moves to 110. 110 for the loss of 3. Shreyansh Kumar, 61 of 34. Very full delivery, drilled down the ground, all along the carpet, down to long off for a single. Score moves to 111. Current run rate 8.33. Projected score says 166. Yodha will be eyeing anything around 180, which will be just above par at the surface. Anything over 180 is above par at the surface. So there is a change in field. More fielders in the inner circle against Sumit Singh. So 5 fielders now inside the circle. Was very full outside of stump. Square driven. Slight misfield in the point region will allow the batters to get through for a single. Good running between the wicket between these two. Loud and early call in the end, completing the single at the both end with ease. 3 runs so far of the over. This is Sandeep's first over. He was into the attack to bowl the 14th over. Well, Shreyansh gets the length to work with. That was a very full delivery and he goes the distance. Well over long off for a massive 6. What a shot that was from Shreyansh. No half mergers from Shreyansh Kumar before going after the bowler. Well, that's a wide +4. That's poor from Sandeep. Wide down the leg, and a wicket keeper on that occasion fails to get that one. Wide plus 4, 5 extras for Yodhas as their score moves to 123 now. Yodhas now moving along very nicely. Current run rate now 9. Shreyansh once again a length delivery, walked away on the leg side down to square leg for a single. This is good cricket from Shreyansh Kumar. He's not only scored boundary on regular instances, but he's rotated the strike as well on regular intervals. Ev- After getting boundary every now and then, he's looked to rotate the strike. He's looked to get down to the other end. This is good. 15 runs already of the over. Last ball of the over. Well, it's a good delivery, good comeback, but a bad over for the bowling team and a good one for Yodha. 15 runs coming off that one. They'll take it any day. 124 for the loss of 3 after 14. Yodha. Deepak to bowl out. 3 overs 29 for 1 so far for Deepak. He'll be the first bowler to bowl out. Will bowl the 16th over. 127 for 3. Well, an early movement there from Shreyansh. No one there in the fine leg. So looking to get that ball in that area. Three fielders behind point on the offside. So no one inside the circle or outside the circle on the fine leg. There's only one deep square leg. Now a change in field after that attempt of scoop shot. Shot third. Moved in the point. Well, that's been cut away. That ball was very close to that point fielder who was diving forward to get to that catch. But that ball going underneath his hands and goes for a boundary. Shreyansh Kumar with the boundary. Well, Deepak not happy with the effort in the point. That ball was very close, but yet very far. This time hit on the up, looking for that quick single. Good quick throw, but not good enough to stop the batter. Shreyansh does well to complete a quick single. Score moves to 133. 133 for 3 in 15.2. Yodha moving along nicely. Sumit Singh has played a good hand to Shreyansh Kumar. He's rotated the strike nicely. Once again, just punch of the back foot in the covers for a single. 7 runs already off the over. Expensive one from Deepak. Well, looking for the big shot there. Shreyansh Kumar, but gets no part of the bat on the ball. Well, he was expecting an full delivery, but length was dragged back by Deepak. Smart piece of bowling on that occasion. Well, on the pads, beautifully swept. No one there behind square leg. So it was boundary written all over that one. Well, that's a poor delivery from Deepak. Trying to cramp the batter for room. Trying to bowl stump to stump, but drifts one down. And Shreyansh Kumar needs no second invitation. Gets his knee down and sweeps it fine for a boundary. He moves to 80 with that boundary. 80 of just 45 deliveries. This man is holding this innings together for Yodha. Well, once again, a poor one down the leg that's been given wide. Well, Shreyas looking to get bat onto that one as well. This time played with the straight bat, down to long off for a single. Excellent piece of batsmanship. 13 runs coming off the 16th over. 140 for the loss of 3. Yodha after 16. Final 4 overs remaining in this innings. Som now to bowl out. Cut away. There is a fielder behind in the sweeper cover region. Both the batters running first one hard, but they have to settle in with that single only. 3.1 overs, 13 for none for Som so far today. Is bowled well, is bowled very economically, yet to get wickets in this match, but still bowled exceedingly well. A single to start off the over. 141 for the loss of 3 after 16.1. Well, that ball kept low, but Sumit Singh does well to get down and keeps the ball out. Single and a dot so far in this over. Well, there's an outside edge. Get past that short third fielder and beats the deep gully towards his left. That's a boundary, a streaky. But Sumit Singh will take that one. Full outside of stump. Got a thick outside edge. That ball flew over, almost carried to the third man, but just wide of him. He got his arm stretched wide, but still cannot stop that one. And the deep gully fails to cut that one off. That's a boundary. Sumit moves to 12 with that boundary. 145 for 3 now. Yodha after 16.3. Current run rate just under 9 now for them. 8.75. Projected score says 175. As I said, they will be eyeing something over 180. Once again, cut away. Once again, beats the gully fielder. This time towards his right. That's back to back boundaries for Sumit Singh. Now he's getting a move on. Sumit was playing second lead to Shreyansh Kumar up until that point, but now finally gets into the act and gets the boundary. Short third. Field 149 for 3. Well, on the pads, walked away. So short mid wicket fielder. That's a dot ball. An expensive over from Som. 9 runs coming off this one. Yet a delivery to be bowled. 3.5 overs. 21 for none for Som. 21 for none for Som so far. This will be the last ball of his spell. Last ball of the 17th over. Drifted down the leg. That's a wide. Som needs to reload that one. 150 is up for Yodha. 150 in good time. 150 for the loss of 3 after 16.5. Well, this is poor from Som. He's been wavered in this over. Is provided with first. Now trying to cram the batter room for room. Drifting down the leg. Once again, beautifully driven towards the right of sweeper cover, who does exceedingly well to keep it inside the boundary skirtings, but it will still be a couple of runs for Sumit Singh and Yodhas. 12 runs coming off the 17th over, 152 for the loss of 3 after 17. Well, that's in the air, and finally Sumit Singh fell short. Swing across the line, gets a leading edge and a safe catch in the third man region. Sumit Singh looking to match shot for shot against Shreyas Kumar. Gets hold out in the short third. Fourth wicket down for Yodha at the very wrong time. Yodha loses. Sumit Singh at the very wrong time. Fourth one goes down. 162 on the board. Anil in his comeback spell gets rid. Vijay the fielder inside the circle in the third man makes no mistake to send back Sumit Singh back. Harsha, the new batter, in at number 6 for Yodha. 162 on the board. 8 balls remaining in this match. What can Yodha put up on the board in the all important semi final? Let me tell you, they are playing with 8 players, played with the soft hands, down to point. It's an easy single to get off the mark. 165 matches for Harsha. 305 runs, averaging just over 8, strike rate 81.3 for Harsha. He is a very good batter, low down the order, but now coming in the middle order to bat. 163 for the loss of 4. Yodha in 18.5. Well, Shreyansh on the verge of getting to 3 figures. He's on 91 of 55 deliveries. Well, swings away. Beautiful looking shot. One bounce, 4 it is. He looked to get it in the mid wicket. Bat turning in his way, but still ball going into the square leg. One bounce, 4 it is. 8 runs and a wicket of Sumit Singh coming in that over. 167 for the loss of 4 after 19 Yodha. Final over in this innings. What will be the target that Yodha will set for Wanderers? Well, Wanderers advantage that Yodha are only playing with 8 players, so there will be a plenty of vacant spaces in the field. But does Yodha have enough runs on the board that even while playing with 8, can they restrict? They have 167 on the board. Anything around 190 will give them a good chance. This is the all important semi final of the One Champion Plate Season 34. Winner will be advanced to the final. So last over in pursue. Srinivas will bowl the final over 3 overs, 20 for none so far for him. Will bowl the 20th over. Starts off with a full delivery outside of stump. Harsha looking to drive on the up, looking to give the strike to Shreyansh. Gets beaten. Shreyansh is on the 95 at the other end. He's keen to get on the strike. Shreyansh, well, that ball kept low. Well, looking for the quick single, and Shreyansh will get that one. That's a poor fielding behind the wicket from Muhammad Imad. He was well aware that the batters will look to run a by, but still doesn't collect the ball cleanly and allows the batter to scamper through for a single. So now the strike is back with Shreyas Kumar. Shreyansh is played beautifully throughout the match. He's got 95 of just 56 deliveries. Can he get to that magical 3 figures? He's got only 4 balls to get to a milestone. Full delivery, hit hard, doesn't get the elevation. That catch has been put down. Well, fortune favoring the brave there. Shreyansh with the shot, looking for the big shot, doesn't get the elevation right. That ball carried comfortably to the long off fielder who puts it down. Well, what's happening there with Wanderers? Shreyansh now beautifully pulls it away and beats the square leg fielder towards his left. That's a boundary. He moves to 99 with that boundary. 99 of 58 deliveries. What an innings this has been from Shreyans. Durning, scoring bulk of the runs for Yodhas in this encounter. This is the all important semi final. Now one run away, Shreyansh, from his well deserved century. 172 for 4 Yodha after 19.4. Two balls remaining. This time drilled hard all along the carpet. Will look for two. Shreyansh falls. Well, Harsha, he is in a strangle. He has to sacrifice his wicket. That's a run out. Good throw. Good throw from the deep. But it will be a century for Shreyansh. He'll not celebrate that one as he sacrificed his teammate teammate's wicket. Deepak, the man in the long off, does exceedingly well to get the ball back to the wicketkeeper Mohammad Imad in good time. Keeps the batter to one. Advait Kumar will be the new batter. He'll be facing the final ball of the innings. 100 of 59 deliveries for Shreyans Kumar. Take a bow in the all important semi final. He steps up for his team. 11 boundaries and 4 sixes in that innings. Strike rate of 169.49 for Shreyas Kumar. He's done his part. He's played his part. But now Advait Kumar will be on the strike. Will face the final ball. Swing and a miss and a throw, and Advait Kumar will be run out. Good work there behind the timber by Mohammad Imad to get rid of Advait Kumar. But doesn't matter. It's a wicket at the very last ball. An unbeaten 100 for Shreyas Kumar stands out as Yodha managed 173 on the board. So 174 will be the target for Wanderers when they come out to bat. We'll be right back after a very short break. Do catch us in the chase. No better way to start off the proceeding. Imad there with a beautiful cover drive that was very full and in the arc for the right hander. Beautifully drives it between cover point and covers. No better way to start off the proceedings than hitting a boundary at the very first ball. Imaz there, straight away getting into the act. He's a very aggressive batter right at the top for Wanderers. Very capable batter, very aggressive batter, Muhammad Imad. 388 matches for Imad, 6,610 runs, averaging 21.89, strike rate 125.5 for Muhammad Imad. Starts off with a boundary in the covers. On the non-striker end is Faraz Madi 07. 309 matches for Faraz as well. 5,189 runs, averaging just under 20. Strike rate 125.46 for Faraz as well. Both the batters, they've got the strike rate up. So the bowler is Shreyas S, right arm medium pacer, coming over the wicket for the right hander. 781 matches for Shreyas, 802 wickets, economy 7.71, best figures of 6 for 10 for Shreyas. Is a very accomplished bowler, but he only has 8 fielders. Apart from him and wicketkeeper, they only have 6 fielders to set the field with. That's a very tough ask for a bowler. Once again, over pitch, this time driven between covers and mid off for a boundary. Back to back boundaries from Imad's bat. Well, once again, comes down the track, gets to the pitch of the ball and drives it handsomely. Much convincing boundary on that occasion. A commanding shot, I must say, in front of covers now. Well, 4 fielders inside the circle on the offside. Gully, point, covers, and mid off. Whereas mid on and mid wicket, 2 fielders inside the circle on the leg sides. Only 6 fielders to play with for Shreyas. Ball's short, but result doesn't changes. Imad comes down the track. That was a bang delivery halfway. Imad cuts it over point for a boundary. Well, that's the third boundary of the over. At the moment, it's getting too easy for Imad. We are just into the very first over, and I'm saying that it's getting easy just because that Vander Yodha only have 8 fielders. Apart from wicketkeeper and bowler, they only have 6 fielders to set the field with. That is a really tricky situation to be in the all important semi final. But they are fighters. Once again, driven. They are looking for the quick single. Deep Mukherjee with the throw, but Imad there made his ground. That was a very risky single. Imad went for it, completed that one. Imad, not one of the quickest runner between the wicket, but still completes that single. For us, good response from him, from the non-striker end. 13 without any loss inside the very first over. Well, both the batters looking to bat aggressively. Once again, driven square right between point and gully. No chance for any fielder. Well, Faraz now starts off with the boundary. Both the batters getting off the mark in some style. Well, Wanderers off to a flyer. 17 inside the very first over. Last ball of the over. Very full and goes over a covers for a boundary. Well, very emphatic way to end the very first over. Five boundaries coming off the first over. All in all, 21 runs coming off the first over by Shreyas. Wanderers off to a flyer. Both the batters looking in full flurry. Deep Mukherjee to share the new ball. Now a spin introduced into the attack. Starts off with a slightly shorter length delivery. Imad looking to cut that one, but that's a dot ball. First dot ball of the innings. A very good bowler, Deep Mukherjee, left arm orthodox. Once again looking to hit hard off the back foot, gets an inside edge. Ball goes nowhere. It's a dot ball. Back to back dot deliveries. 106 matches for Deep Mukherjee. 145 wickets. Economy 6.42. Best figures of 5 for 14. He's a genuine wicket taker. Deep Mukherjee. He balls in with the new ball. This time played with the soft hands. Will they look for quick single? No, they don't. Imad happy to defend it off the back foot. This is good comeback from Deep Mukherjee. First over went for 21. Imad is coming back strongly. In fact, Deep Mukherjee is coming back strongly. Three dots. Full delivery, lifts over cover. That ball racing away and will hit the fence. Well, there is a no fielders are not allowed outside the circle for Yodhas as they are only fielding with 8. So this is a very tricky condition for them to be in. This is the all important semi final of the one champion played season 34. 4 runs, first boundary of the over. 25 on the board, Wanderers in 1.4 overs. Inside edge, no one there in the fine leg. Ball racing away and will hit the fence. That's the second boundary of the over. Well, fortune favoring the brave there. Imad looking for the big shot, getting inside edge. Runs are runs, as they say. Anyhow, they come. Imad and Wanderers will take it any day. 29 for none, Wanderers. 8 runs so far of this over. Deep Mukherjee balled well in the first half of the over, but he's gone for a couple of boundaries in his next two. Can he close out the over? It's really, really tough for the bowlers. It's a really tough ask to ball with no fielders outside the circle. Well, that's a good delivery, skidding through with the arm, going straight. Imad does well to keep out. A good over, I must say, under the circumstances by Deep Mukherjee. Only 8 coming off that one, 29 without any loss after 2. Shreyansh Kumar now into the attack. More spin from Yodhas. Right arm leg brace. Shreyansh Kumar now into the attack. 238 matches for him, 82 wickets. Economy 7.28. Best figures of 4 for 37. For Shreyansh Kumar, a centurion with the bat, now has the ball in hand. Way early than he expected. Will ball the third over. Only a single fielder on the leg side now. Helicopter there. Chance of a run out. Good. Well, a better throw would have been curtains for Imad. Nothing going in favor of Yodhas there. Both the batters were halfway through and nowhere in the picture. The throw was wide. Anywhere near to the stumps would have been curtains for Imad. Well, an opportunity gone down begging. A real mix up there between both the batters. Imad looking to go over the infield this time. Swings and misses. Good sharp turn there for Shreyas Kumar on a better length. They need to beat the bat on regular basis in order to contain these batters. Another beauty from Shreyas. Well, he's a good turner of the ball. He's getting the sharp turn, leaving the right-hander punched off the back foot, straight to the point fielder. Sumit Singh there does exceedingly well. That's a dot ball. Good over so far from Shreyans Kumar. Only a single coming of four deliveries. Look to drive on the up, but doesn't get the length to work with. Ball hitting high on the bat, hitting the maker sticker on the bat. In fact, moves all along the carpet down to sweep a cover. It's a dot ball, 5 dots in a row. Slightly shorter in terms of length, and Imat stalls, stand talls, and hits it over the head on the side screen for a boundary. Still a good over from Shreyans Kumar. Only 5 runs coming off that one. 34 without any loss after 3. Wanderers. Deep Mukherjee will continue. Starts off with the dot ball. Well, that's a good ball from Deep Mukherjee. Just trusting his instincts and balling into the surface, getting the ball to skid through. Ball keeping low will help the bowlers as well. So this is good tactics from Yodhas. Getting the spinners early. Well, there's a misfield in the cover point region. That should have been a dot ball, but that goes for a boundary. Well, that will not help the cause for Yodha. Both the bowlers, Shreyansh and Deep Mukherjee, they are bowling well in tandem. Spin working for Yodha. A seamer going for 21 runs. Then spinners have done well to get them back on track. But still a very tricky position to ball. No fielders outside the circle. So no protection. A catch gone down. Well, that was drilled hard, but it was at a very comfortable height for Deep Mukherjee. That ball probably swinged away from his hand as good amount of wind is flowing across. Extra bounce on that occasion. Hitting on the glove. Ball moves to the point. Fielder there does well. So it's a dot ball. This is good from Deep Mukherjee, and Yodhas have kept things tight in this over. Only a boundary so far. That to a misfield. So last ball of the over. This is good from Yodhas. They're right back in the match. This time Faraz comes down the track, gets to the pitch of the ball. Does he clear the fence? No, he doesn't. One bounce, four it is. Hitting against the wind. It's not an easy job to do. So 8 runs coming off that one. 42 without any loss. Wanderers after 4. Once again, an over starts off with a boundary. Shreyansh Kumar to continue. Excellent first over by him, but starts off with a boundary in this over. Beautifully cut by Mohammad Imad. He moves to 29 in just 16 deliveries. Well, both the batters looking to make full use of the field restrictions that are on. Very full, leading edge, and a catch put down. Well. You cannot get a catch easier than that. That was in the air for a very long time. That's bread and butter. You cannot defend a catch put down that easy. This time punched off the back foot, beats the fielder in the cover point, and that's a boundary. Well, that's a very poor effort in the inner circle. In the previous delivery, Imad swinging across the line, looking for the big shot, trying to go in the long on region, gets the leading edge. Ball was ballooned in the air. Cover point settled underneath. Looked comfortable, but juggles and misses out in the second attempt. 50 is up for Wanderers. 51 without any loss in just 4.3 overs. They're after a good total, but they have advantage. Once again driven, but this time will not get the ball in the gap. So it's a dot ball. Finally, wind stops. Wind flowing very heavily here at one champion. It's a very chilled weather. Cloud cover will help the bowlers. Well, Faraz, that's in the air. Deep Mukherjee looked like he might get to the ball, but that ball hold up in the wind, I must say. That could have easily gone to mid-off, but the wind never allowed that ball to go towards the mid-off fielder who was charging in for the catch. That's a single. Fortune favoring Wanderers. Well, a beauty from Shayansh. Pitches on the off stump, then leaves. Beats the right-hander on the outside edge. 10 runs coming off the fifth over. 52 without any loss after 5. Deep Mukherjee into his third over. Will bowl the final over of the power play. Starts off with a dot ball. Faraz looking to get down the track. Deep Mukherjee saw him coming, dragged his length back. Faraz was quick enough to get back in time. Slightly fuller in terms of length, looking for the big shot, gets it out of the toe. An excellent catch by Deep Mukherjee in his follow through to get rid of Faraz. First one bites the dust for Wanderers. Faraz looked good, but now has to walk back as Yodha draw first blood. 52 for 1 after 5.2. Deepak is the new batter in at number 3 for Wanderers. Will face Deep Mukherjee, who's got a wicket. His tail whiz be up. Well, that's a wide, way outside off stump. Deepak reaching for that one, trying to cut, but gets beaten. 274 matches for Deepak, 7,174 runs, averaging over 36, strike rate 176. Very aggressive batter, Deepak. In at number 3 for Wanderers. Drives beautifully but doesn't find the gap. Straight to the point fielder. That's a dot ball. Good over from Deep Mukherjee so far. A wicket and yet to concede a run. Once again, length slightly dragged back. Looking to cut. But gets beaten on the outside edge. That's a dot delivery. A super over from Deepak Mukherjee. In fact, I must say a super spell as well. 2.4 over, 16 for 1. He only has 6 fielders, all inside the circle. Well, that ball almost crashing into that off stump. Deepak looking to go over the infield, swings and a miss. That ball went straight with the arm, kept low. 4 dots and a wicket so far of the over. 2.5 over, 16 for 1 for Deep Mukherjee so far. Last ball of the power play. Cut away, will find the fence. There was a very thin gap there, but the batter finds it to perfection. Ends the over on high, but still a good over from Deep Mukherjee. 4 runs and a wicket of Faraz coming off the 6th. 56 for the loss of 1 after 6. Wanderers. Power play done and dusted. Deep Mukherjee to bowl out into his fourth over. He starts off with a boundary. Once again, looking to cut off the back foot Deepak. This time slower through the air from Deep. This is good change up. He's balled quick inside the power play, but now slowed his pace down. Deep on the pads. Well, looking to guide that one in the gully. Gets no connection with the ball that's been given as a wide as well. That was a boundary ball for Deepak. He's clearly missed out on a boundary, scoring boundary opportunity. No one there behind or inside the circle in square leg or fine leg. Well, this time looks to cut but gets beaten. This is much better from Deep. Just outside of stump, challenging that outside edge. 3.3 overs, 25 for 1 for Deep Mukherjee so far. Full. That's in the air. Mid on fielder coming underneath and he puts it down. Well, that's the third catch of the match that goes down. Well, this is poor from Yodhas. You cannot put the catches down in the all important semi final. This was an easiest of chances. That ball was in the air for a very long time. Imad looking for the big shot. Chance of a run out, but throw not up to the task. Both the batters looking for that quick single. Communication there doesn't look very fluent between these two. Running between the wickets has been the issue right from the word go for Wanderers. When they are hitting straight, they are hitting against the wind. So they need to wait for ends to change. Then look to hit straight. For now, they need to hit square boundaries. Well, there's a change up in the field. Long off inside the circle, and point fielder has been pushed back. Well, this time he does well, gets his knee down, and slog sweep one all along the carpet as there is no one inside or outside the circle in the mid wicket. Only fielder on the onside was mid on. He'll fetch the ball back. So 11 runs coming off that 8th one. 73 for the loss of one after 8. Wanderers. Shreyans now to bowl out. Well, two quality spinners both getting bowled out inside the first half. This is very strange. Shreyans 3 overs 21 for none so far. Will bowl out. Will bowl the ninth over. A very similar field for Shreyans as well. Long off and sweep a cover outside the circle. Apart from that, all fielders inside the circle. Let me tell you, they can have only two fielders outside the circle even after the power play. So very tricky position as they are playing with eight. They don't have enough fielders. There's a change in the attack. Now Harsha and the left arm orthodox introduced into the attack. Well, that was short of good length. Looking to hit down the ground. Off the back foot, Imad doesn't get it out of the middle and hitting against the wind. That ball doesn't carry to the deep fielder. It's only a single. Slow left arm orthodox Harsha into the attack. Looking for that slog sweep once again. Doesn't get it out of the middle, so it will only be a single. 165 matches for Harsha. 220 wickets, economy 6.59, best figures of 6 for 19. He's a genuine wicket taker. Harsha, well, hit straight, hits the timber at the other side there. Harsha, ball taking the deflection, going down to the long off fielder. It will only be a single. That was good hit, but hit too straight. So it's only a single. So three singles so far of the over. Deepak looking to swing across the line as is only a fielder on the onside. Well, both the batters now making a change. In fact, the bowler making a change, getting an extra fielder on the onside. So sweeper cover is inside the circle and long on now outside the circle and mid wicket inside the circle. In fact, mid wicket is now sent back outside the circle. Mid on stays in. So long on, in fact, long off and deep mid wicket are the two fielders. So line will be very straight. Yes, it is, but somehow Deepak gets underneath one, opens the face at the very last moment and lifts it over extra cover. Doesn't time it correctly, so it will only be couple of runs. But the intent is correct. Playing with the field now. Deepak, last ball of the over. Played off the back foot, a misfield in the cover. That's a boundary to close out the over. 9 runs coming off the ninth over. 82 for the loss of one after 9. 92 still needed of 66. Shrish back into the attack after that expensive first over. Going for 21, he was taken off. Now back into the attack to bowl the final over from this end. Two fielders behind for Shrish is point and sweeper cover. Apart from that, short third and mid off inside the circle. Length delivery. Looking to cut, Imad gets beaten. That's a dot ball. Good field setup this from Shrish. He can have one more fielder on the offside for that sort of deliveries, I must say. So mid on and square leg, short square leg inside the circle on the onside for Shrish. 1.1 overs, 21 for none for Shrish. This time Imad comes down the tack, tries to get to the pitch of the ball, but Shrish was enough to pull his length back. That's a dot ball. Good comeback from Shrish. He went for 21 in his first over. Now only concedes none in his first two deliveries. This is the final over from this end. On the pads, played with the soft hands of the back foot. Imad on that occasion was waiting for the width. Gets cramped for room. Still does well to get the bat on ball. And will get a single. 91 still needed of 63. Required run rate 8.64. The problem for Yodha is that they don't have enough field protection. They can only have two fielders outside the circle even after the power play as they are playing with 8. Very tricky situation to be in the semi-final. Played on the up. Deepak there getting rid of his bat. We have seen in the IPL that Sai Sudarshan has been dismissed twice, hit wicket in a very similar fashion, but Deepak gets away with one. That ball doesn't go behind and hits the stump. In fact, it stays in the side. But good comeback this from Shirish. Only 2 runs so far of the over. Once again, a back of a length punched off the back foot will beat the mid on, and that's a boundary. A welcome boundary for Deepak. In fact, it's Imad who gets that boundary. He's strong off the back foot as well, likes the width. Shri should be bowling more on the stumps when bowling against Imad. Idea was right, but pace was not up on that occasion. Still a good over, only 6 coming off that one. Can he close out the over? Shrish, there's a change in field. Now point inside the circle and mid on has been pushed back into long on after that boundary. So this will be the last ball from this end. 9.5 overs balled. 88 for 1 Wanderers. Another change in the field. Now point fielder move deep and covers inside the circle. So deep point and long on in play. That's a loosener there from Shirish. Full toss down the leg. Any part of the bat on the ball would have been a boundary for Imad. But Shirish lucky to get away with that one. Good work there behind the timber by Kiran Chaudhary. That ball was coming at serious pace. He does exceedingly well to get hand onto it. He might have hurt himself in the process. He might have hurt himself in the process. Last ball of the over, hit straight. Umpire did well to get out of the way. Will that be cut off? Yes, it will. Long on fielder does exceedingly well. Well, Deepak was keen to get back, but sent back by Imat, so it will only be a single to close out. 10 runs, in fact, 8 runs coming off the 10th over. 90 for the loss of one Wanderers at the halfway mark. 84 still needed of another 60. There will be a change in end, and players will have drinks. We'll be right back after a very short break. Another change in the bowling attack. Now Advait Kumar with the ball. Right arm medium pacer Advait Kumar. 22 matches for him, 12 wickets, economy on a higher end, 9.65. Best figures of 3 for 27. Well, starts off with a half volley into the surface, and that set up nicely for Deepak, who pulls it in the vacant mid wicket region for a boundary. Well, the field was set on the offside, and he banged one into the surface. Not quick enough. That ball sat up very nicely. Deepak Kumar, he won't miss out on such scoring opportunities, makes full use and pulls it in the mid wicket for a boundary. Not enough field protection. I feel you can't blame the bowlers for the boundaries in such situations where you can only have two fielders outside the circle and you have in total six fielders apart from bowler and wicket keeper. That's a wide, well outside off stump. Score moves to 109 now. Deepak now moving along nicely, 39 of 21, whereas 45 of 32 for Imad on the other end. These two complemented each other nicely. Once again, shot, this time hit on the back foot and clears the lot. Well, Deepak, he's not one of the tallest batter, but he packs a punch, hits it off the back foot over the side screen for a six. Take a bow. As I said, Advait Kumar, not one of the quickest bowler. He needs to pitch it up. At the moment, bowling too short and he's been penalized. Once again, shot. This time for the back in the crowd. Well, that's gone a mile. What a shot. 50 is up for Deepak with that massive six. 51 of just 23 deliveries. Advait Kumar once again guilty of bowling too short. Not enough pace on the ball to trouble the batter. And Deepak is well set out in the center. Is not having any of that one. 51 of 23 with the help of 8 boundaries and 2 massive sixes. Strike rate of 221 for Deepak. 120 is up for Wanderers. 121 for 1 after 11.3. Now equation very close to run a ball. 53 needed of 51. Well, runs are cruising at the moment for Wanderers. Once they have switched the ends, it's no stopping. They are hitting with the wind. So there's no half measures now. They're filled with confidence as the ball carries a very long way when hitting with the wind, and no fielder on the onside. Still they are continuing with the same field. He needs to ball full outside off stump. Well, what has happened there? Looks like Advaid got hit. That ball was very full, drilled down the ground by Deepak. Hits the bowler in the follow through. Had no chance to get out of the way. It's only a single. Good signs that Advaid is ready to continue. Very full, just inside that wide line on the offside. This is good from Advaid. He needs to ball that on regular basis. He's got the field set for that sort of deliveries. Sweeper cover and long off. Initially in the over, he was bowling on the body and short. That was a freebie that Deepak made full use of. This is better from Advait, but an expensive over all in all. He's already gone for 18. Last ball of the over. Low full toss and once again penalized. This time Imad who gets in the act. It's a one bounce four in the long on. Mid on fielder had no chance. 22 coming off the 12th over by Advait Kumar. Wanderers 126 for the loss of one after 12. Now they need run a ball 48 from here on. Shreyans Kumar now back into the attack. He'll bowl out. Tier was 21 for none. Starts off with a good delivery outside off stump, cut away, but straight to the point. That's a dot ball. Only a single fielder on the onside, that too inside circle, mid on, remaining all on the offside. So very much packed offside field. Looking to hit on the onside, gets an inside half. Good, good tactic this from Shreyas Kumar. Is is bowling outside off stump, asking the batter to hit him on the offside, not allowing, not bowling close to the body. That's the right way to go forward when you don't have enough fielders in the bank. Well, once again looking to cut but gets beaten. Shreyans Kumar is the star player for Yodha so far. First century with the bat. Now 3.3 overs, 21 for none so far. An off cutter, a quicker one into the surface, sat up nicely. That's been pulled away for a six. Hitting with the wind has been easy for Deepak. He's a muscle man. Hitting with the wind is getting things easier for him. Well, that ball was shot into the surface. Not a good variation from Shreyansh. Once again, full toss, and this time he he sweeps it all along the carpet, but to good effect. That's a boundary. First a six, now a boundary for Deepak. He moves to 60. In fact, moves to 62 of just 29 deliveries. Strike rate in excess of 200. Shreyansh Kumar is bowled well in his first half of the over. Now went for 3. Now went for 10 in fact. Last ball of the over. Cut away. Will that beat short third? Yes, it does. That ball racing away. That's elegantly done by Deepak. Played the angle nicely and placed that one very late. And over ends on a high for the batting team as they get 14 of that one. 140 for the loss of 4. 140 for the loss of 1 after 13. Now 34 away from the victory Wanderers. Sumit Singh now introduced into the attack. 468 matches for Sumit Singh. 359 wickets, economy 7.49, best figures 5 for 20 for Sumit Singh. He's a medium pacer, balls in with a very short run up. He's got a good variation up his sleeves. Balls good leg cutters and off cutters. Completely different set of field for Sumit Singh. He's got long on and deep mid wicket in play. All fielders inside the circle on the offside. Length delivery. Imad looking for the big shot. Gets it out of the toe. Ball doesn't carry to the deep fielder, so it will only be a single. 50 is up for Imad with that single. 50 of 35. He's played his part. Batted aggressively at the top. Got those quick runs. Well, this time he goes over extra cover and ball will go the distance. Well, this is some hitting from Deepak. Slightly fuller in terms of length and he opens up the offside, gives himself a slight room and to access the offside and lifts it beautifully for a six. Well, there's no stopping this man. He moves to 70 now, Deepak. 72 of 31 deliveries. This this match is turning out to be an one-sided affair. A catch put down in the point. Well, a short ball outside off stump. Deepak went for the catch shot. That ball carried to a comfortable height in the point fielder. Straight in and out. An easy opportunity once again gone down. Well, Deepak gets a second lifeline on the pads. This time, a defense from Imad. That's a dot ball. Well. It looks like Yodhas have given it up. Shoulders are down. They're not really putting their efforts in the field. Swing and a miss. That's a dot ball. Good little comeback by Sumit Singh. Last ball of the over. A length delivery played with the soft hands, but no single there. Three dot balls in a row to close out the over. 8 runs coming off the 14th over by Sumit Singh. 148 for the loss of one after 14 overs. Shrish now back into the attack. 2 overs, 29 for 1 so far from Shrish. Starts off with a Yorker, a pinpoint Yorker, but Deepak does well to keep it out and will fetch a single down to mid off. Wanderers looking to finish off in a hurry now as they are 25 runs away from the victory. Both the batters matching each other shot for shot. 50 of 38 for Imad, whereas 74 of 33 for Deepak. 149 for 1 now. Wanderers. Slow one. Imad gets an inside half of the bat, beats the short mid wicket fielder, and will come back for the second run. 150 is up for Wanderers. 151 for 1 in just 14.2. 23 away now from victory. That was a good change up from Shrish. Slow one into the surface. Very full. Almost hitting that leg stump. An appeal for caught behind as well from the wicket keeper, but no interest from the umpire. Well, Imad is looking scratchy now. looking to finish things off in a flurry, but at the moment is not getting the connection right. He looks scratchy in last couple of overs, whereas Deepak on the other end, he's looked fluent. He's gone past Imad as well in terms of score. Well, Imad looking to play on the offside, gets a leading edge and the ball racing away in the mid wicket region. Well, that's a very strange shot that will be cut off by long on fielder, but that was a very strange shot from Imad. These days, the edges of the bat they are so strong that they takes the ball that far away. Well, a low full toss, not getting the treatment that it deserved. Imad moves to 54 of 41 deliveries. Wanderers 153 for 1. 21 needed of 32. Imad hits hard but doesn't find the gap. Straight to the short mid wicket all along the carpet. That's a dot ball. Good over so far from Sirish. Only 5 runs of the 5 deliveries that he has bowled. All in all, 2.5 overs, 34 for none for Sirish. You cannot blame a bowler who doesn't have enough cushion in the field. Yodha, they have been brave to play this match with 8 players. They have put in everything they have, but still not good enough. Well, Imad looking to hit hard, completely losing his shape on that one. A slight misfield, looking for the quick single, but it was never there. So it's a dot ball. 5 runs coming off the 15th over. 153 for 1 after 15. Yodha need to contain 21 in last 5 overs. Well, Wanderers, they only need 21 to get over the line. Sumit Singh to continue. 1 over 8 for none for Sumit Singh. Well, that's in the air. Sumit Singh himself goes underneath and takes it. Well, Deepak finally dismissed. Cotton ball by Sumit Singh. He gets rid of Deepak. Finally a wicket falls for Wanderers. 153 for 2 now. Deepak departs after scoring 70. Imad looking for another biggie there. And he holds out in the deep. Deep Mukherjee, the man there in the deep, makes no mistake. Well, Imad now dismissed. 158 for 3 now. 158 for 3 now, Wanderers. They're still away from the victory. They have lost both the set mans. First, Deepak, the man dismissed. Now Imad, who's been dismissed. 16 still away from the victory. It's Sandeep, who's in at number 5 for Wanderers. This is a semi-final. Can Yodha turn the tables? Can they defend 16 in 26? What a turnaround this will be if they do. 217 matches for Sandeep, 4,396 runs, averaging 27.65, strike rate 137.81 for Sandeep. In at number 5, Som at the non-striker end. He's got good figures too, plenty of experience under his belt. Well, looking for the big shot straight away there, inside half of the bat, and it's a single down to short mid wicket. Now strike is with Som. 595 matches for Som, 16,380 runs, averaging just under 49, strike rate 114.13. Two very good batters out in the center, but new to the crease. Hit straight as an arrow. No fielder has a chance to cut that one off. That's a boundary of the highest order. Som gets an act. 163 for the loss of 3 after 16 overs. Now 11 away from the victory, Wanderers. They need 11 to win this match. They have got 163 for the loss of 3. Som with the boundary at the very last ball of the over. Harsha now back into the attack. Only 2 overs so far for him. 2 overs, 23 for none. For Harsha now back into the attack. 11 needed of 24. Is there a twist in the tail or will that be a cakewalk for Wanderers? Pulled away just wide of that short mid wicket fielder. He gives it up. That's a boundary. Well, only two fielders that can be placed outside the boundary line. So not enough protection. And that goes for a boundary. Slightly shorter there from Harsha. And Sandeep doesn't get it out of the middle, but still good enough for the ball to go for a boundary. Now, single digit numbers needed for a victory as Wanderers need 7. Once again on the pads, but turning away sharply. Sandeep does well off the back foot, plays with the soft hand and gets through for a single. Now 6 away from the victory, Wanderers. Will they do it in this over? Som on strike. Defends one off the front foot straight back to the bowler. That's much better channel from Harsha. Attacking the stump there. Well, once again, a beauty from Harsha. He's got a good arm ball, getting the ball to skid through from the surface, not allowing enough time for the bowler to get him away. Wanderers one shot away from the victory. So tried to get to the pitch of the ball, looking to advances, but length was beautifully dragged back by Harsha. Som still does well, gets a quick single, plays with the soft hand in the covers and through for a single. Last ball of the over, 6 runs so far of the over. Very full, looking for the big shot, and he gets it. That will be the victory for Wanderers. Sandeep with the winning shot, very full from Harsha, and he goes over long off for a good 6. Well, Wanderers with the victory. They win this match comfortably with the 7 wicket. with 3 overs to spare. Well, Yodha winning the toss, opting to bat first, posting 173 for the loss of 6 in their 20 overs. With the help of a century from Shreyas Kumar, unbeaten 100 of 59. Apart from then, though no real contribution, Deep Mukherjee chipped in for his run ball 22, 18 of 20 for Sumit Kumar. Apart from that, no real contribution in the batting order. Wanderers in reply, every batter who batted chipped in with some amount of runs. Imad starting off the proceeding got to 58. Faraz played quick fire 22. Deepak completely completely taking the match away from Yodha, scoring 74 of just 34 deliveries. Som chipped in for his 6 and Sandeep with the finishing touches, 12 of 4 deliveries for him. So all in all, it was way too much for Yodhas playing in with the 8 players in the all important semi-final. They goes down and Wanderers prevail as the victorious by 7 runs. They will be advanced to the final. Player of the match will be Deepak for his 74 runs and a wicket with the ball in hand. That's it from the commentary box. Do catch us in the Super Sunday. We'll be back with exciting matches coming your way.